Hi YouTube, welcome back. What are your goals for 2020? Let's find out. So this is part of a collaboration with my good friend Mandy over at Royal Amethyst Acres. I will link her channel down below. Please go check her out. So she was talking with a group of us at the end of the year about New Year's resolutions versus goals. And she doesn't like resolutions so much because people tend to break them pretty early and then go back to their old ways. So she liked the idea of goals better. And I'm the same way. Resolutions I've tried, they don't really work. You give up on them, they don't work, and you just quit. So she came up with this idea, since it's 2020, to have 20 goals for the year 2020. Great idea. So I've actually been working on this for a while, but I wasn't able to film it until now, so I apologize that it's late. It's still January, so it's still good. But these are my goals for 2020. First up, guess where we're going? We're going outside. So of course, my first goal has to do with the garden. I want to expand my garden into as much space as I can, use every available space while still leaving some yard for the kids to play. Don't worry, they'll be fine. So I'm going to add 2 large beds right here, a 12-foot bed and an 8-foot bed. I am going to grow some squash in the ground down there by that large bush, which we're going to trim way back. Because that thing's getting wild anyway. So there's lots of space there for the squash. Over there is where the pumpkins were that went wild. I'm going to put some watermelon there. The kids are going to get a new bed. And I am going to take over the bed that they had in last year, which was the other part of my block garden bed. Around this tree, I'm going to put my potted strawberries. So I'm hoping to get a better harvest of them from putting them in the ground. And they're going to go right there. I'm going to stop trying to grow stuff up the tree. The corn is going to be expanded, where I tried to grow a second round of tomatoes here. They didn't do very well because I put them in too late. But it's all going to be a big L shape of corn. And I found corn, some heirloom corn, that only gets 4 feet tall, so it won't be that much of a shadow to work around to plant the squash then on the other side of it. It started raining, so I couldn't really do any more outside. My second goal is to grow medicinal herbs. But I would like to start making my own salves and stuff and teas for general health or minor things. But first, I need to get stuff growing to be able to do that. So my third goal is to do better with a fall garden. Last year, I just kind of got behind because I kept trying to add other little things for spring and summer, and I never got my fall start started inside. So I tried direct sowing. Yeah, our fall isn't long enough for that. Our fall only lasted like 2 weeks. This year, I want to be more intentional about what I'm starting in the spring so that I'm not wearing myself out trying to start all these other little things extra in the middle. And then hopefully I will be better prepared to start my fall stuff. I'm also going to start them earlier and inside. That's the goal. Let's see how that rolls. My fourth goal for 2020 is to go to as many meetups as possible. Last year I went to a couple local things, and I also went to HOA. I loved HOA. It was amazing. This year I'm currently planning on 4 meetups away from here. The Shindig in Arkansas, the Heartland Homesteaders Picnic in Kentucky, the HOA again, the Stivers Harvest Celebration in Kentucky as well, different place in Kentucky though. And we're also starting, a couple of us, a meetup in Ohio here. So of course I'll be at that one. And that, more information about that will be coming out at a later time. That one will be in June, if you're wondering. that's my goal. So it's a total of 5. 1 I'm helping to put on and 4 elsewhere. My 5th goal probably won't surprise any of you. I want to grow my YouTube channel. Ha! I know, so shocking, right? I'm currently working on a channel trailer, and which has been one of the biggest pieces of advice that I've been given is to make a channel trailer. So I am working on that. I also want to start posting on a regular schedule, but I haven't figured out which days are going to work best yet for my schedule. But I am working on it. I'm going to try a couple different things out and see which one works best. My 6th goal is partially related to number 5. I have a new editing program, and it's got all the bells and whistles, but I need to figure out how to use them. This is not my forte, so it's been a learning curve. I have already put out a few videos with it, but it's just been like the basic things. I need to figure out all the extra bells and whistles so that I can start making my content better, so that hopefully you can enjoy it more too. My 7th goal is to design some merchandise and get it up for sale. Not just related to my channel, but some other things too, like funny sayings or things like that. That's probably going to be more later on in the year. It's not going to be something that's, look for in a couple weeks. My 8th goal is to keep up with Instagram. I'm going to be more intentional about uploading to Instagram on a regular basis. Maybe not every day, but on a regular basis. Because I really enjoy that. I like the platform and the creativity of it. My 9th goal is to get some internet side jobs. I did get a new laptop for Christmas, so I want to be able to use it. Now that I have something that is capable of doing a side job, stay-at-home thing over the internet, I want to actually use it and start working on that. I miss being at home. I miss spending the time with my kids when they come home from school, because I work afternoons. It's part-time, it's only 3 days a week, but I put them on the bus in the morning and I say, see you tomorrow. And that bothers me. In the summer, not so much, because I have all day before I leave. But during the school year, I really don't like the schedule. So I want to replace that with some stay-at-home work. So my 10th goal actually has to do with something I learned about fairly recently. There are things called cottage laws, where you can make things at home, food related, that you can sell without having to go through like an inspection or get a commercial kitchen or licensing and things like that. Jams and jellies are on that list. And I've gotten pretty good at jams and jellies. So I want to actually start making some jams and jellies for sale and trying to sell them out of my home. Number 11 is slightly related to that. I want to make things to sell as a vendor. Like when I do go to these meetups, like sewing stuff, craft stuff, I want to get some things stockpiled. I probably won't be able to actually vend this year because I have nothing ready to sell. But I do want to get an inventory started to be able to sell them next year. And of course, get my quality perfected as much as I can for that inventory, because I don't want to just sell something I experimented with. I don't want to sell things that aren't up to my standards. My 12th goal may or may not be related to the last one. I want to learn how to make soap. It may be something I end up doing as a vendor, but I don't know. That's not my goal for now. For now, I want to learn how to make it just as something that, as a homestead, should kind of learn how to know. Now, this last year, I did a lot of canning, a lot more than the year before. And I was concentrating more on ingredients than like a meal. But we still have days where, we're busy, and dinner gets put off, we don't have a plan for dinner, or what we wanted to do for dinner doesn't work out. So I'm still going to the store for easy stuff, and I really don't like that. So I want to can some single serving meals, like, you know, chili, soup, things that you can just open up a can and eat. It's ready to go. You don't have to cook a bunch of stuff to go with it. And number 14 is kind of related to that because I want to cook more healthy meals. I don't like the processed garbage. I don't like my kids eating the processed garbage. And to do that, I also need to be more intentional about meal planning. My next goal is all about me. I tend to take care of everybody else and do all that stuff, and I put off doing things to center myself. So this year I want to make more of an effort to make time for arts and crafts. Not only did I want to do some videos on arts and crafts, but I just enjoy it. It's calming, it's fun, it just helps me kind of get back to my creative self. And I need to be more intentional about making time for it. My daughter has made more time for arts and crafts. This was a glass jar from like gravy, I think, by the shape of it. She made this awesome little paintbrush holder and pen holder. She got art stuff for Christmas stuff too. And she painted this. It's very nice. I need to hang out with her more. So last year I kind of just stopped using a planner and that went bad. So I kept forgetting things. So this year I need to get a planner. I need to use it. I need to keep up with it. I don't need to decorate it. I don't need to get stickers. I don't need to get washi tape, although I love washi tape. But I don't need to make it fancy. I just need it to be functional. My 17th goal is a little bit harder. I want to make a schedule, just like a daily schedule. I have not been good with making a daily schedule. I used to be good at it when I was like in high school. But, you know, things are more crazy when you're an adult, and I haven't been as good with it. But I need to make more of a routine to stick with. If I can get it set up and stick with it long enough, it will start to be habit and will help me get through stuff. Because, you know, I'll go to catch up on YouTube. I end up stuck down the YouTube rabbit hole for hours and go, oh, I needed to do this. So I need to be more intentional, again, about how I spend my time and my time management, because there's a lot of things I need to make time for, so I need to be better at managing it. I know this is getting a little long-winded, but I promise I'm almost done. My 18th goal is to organize my kitchen and my bedroom. Every time I want to do something, I have to move things around to be able to do it. If you notice in my kitchen videos, there's always different appliances sitting here, because I have to reorganize just to be able to do whatever it is that I want to do that day. So I need to organize better and have things easier to get to and pull out and do, or to not have to rearrange. Especially in my bedroom, because that's where my desk is, that's where my seed starting shelf is, that's where all my craft supplies are. I need to get it organized and functional, because right now most of it is not even functional. And I have to move a bunch of things before I can do the project I need to do. And part of helping with organization is decluttering. I have extra stuff that I never intended to keep because I got something better to replace it with, but then never got rid of the older thing. And there's just too much stuff. So I really need to declutter this year. That's going to be a year-long process because a lot of it involves more than just me anyway. And my very last goal, my 20th one for 2020, is to keep up with the job that every single person in this house hates: the dishes. I don't even want to show you my sink right now because everybody hates the dishes. That is the one job no one wants to do. So it's the one job that always gets put off to last. So my goal for 2020 is to keep up with the dishes. So Thank you for all of you who stuck with the video this long. I know it's gonna end up being a long video. Thanks for watching. And remember, life's an adventure. Thanks for joining me in mine. God bless.